My grandma's terrible passing. My grandma was in hospital because of COPD. For anyone who doesn't know, this means chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. It means you have extreme difficulty breathing. She was on palliative care in a coma, and we all know that she would die sooner rather than later. We had all signed a do not resuscitate DNR order because had she been brought back, she would just have no quality of life whatsoever. It was time. She went into respiratory arrest at some point in the night when there were no family members at the hospital and only a junior doctor on the ward, or at least the nearest person when she coded. The junior doctor panicked and resuscitated her. I don't know whether she didn't see it, although it was written in big letters above the bed, DNR, or whatever happened. It took a long time to bring her back, and her brain was starved of oxygen. She was brain damaged and was left with limited brain function. The hospital at this point removed all assistance from her, breathing support, etc., so that she could die. To be fair, they did carry on with the pain relief. It took her all of 24 hours to die, chest rising up with every breath, convulsing, making a terrible gasping noise. She was unconscious, but her body was involuntarily spasming, trying to breathe. Eventually, brown gunk started coming out of her nose as she got closer to her death. We took it in turns to gently wipe it away so she had at least a bit of dignity approaching death. The only thing I can compare this to when I saw it was catching a fish and leaving it on the riverbank to flip around and die for 24 hours. Despite the reassurance that she couldn't feel anything and was brain dead, it was extremely distressing to just stand there and watching. After she had finally passed away and was buried, my dad began the process of filing a lawsuit against the hospital, but thankfully I managed to persuade him not to. We live in England and we are extremely lucky to have free healthcare for everyone, from the National Health Service and all the wonderful doctors. That junior doctor did something legally wrong. She made a mistake. Everybody does. But it was legally wrong. She did not, however, do anything medically wrong in my opinion. She is to be commended for rushing in to aid and successfully resuscitating a patient. I didn't want anything to do with putting this young doctor's career in jeopardy. Maybe I was right, maybe I was wrong. That's not really a moral to the story. This happened all of 7 years ago, and I felt like sending it in for some reason. Was I right or was I wrong? Okay guys, let us know what you think of this person's particular confession, and as usual, leave a comment below, tell us what you think, and like and subscribe and share this person's story.